Hi, welcome to the PowerPoint slide for Vocabulary Unit 6, Level E. Let's get started. First word is accede. Accede is a verb. The second syllable is accented. It means to yield to or to assume an office or a dignity. So this is a little picture of a person who is taking office. Maybe it's a mayor or something like that, and they are acceding to the position. So whenever the president is no longer the president, the next person accedes to his spot. The synonym for this word is comply, and the antonym is balk at. Number 2, brandish. Brandish is a verb. The first syllable is accented. It means to wave or flourish in a menacing or vigorous fashion. So these, like kids actually, are having these assault rifles and they're brandishing them, they're waving them in the air. If ever you see in a movie or television show someone who's robbing a bank, they usually are brandishing some sort of a weapon, and that gets the person to listen to them. The synonym for that one is to shake. Next word is comprise, and all of these ingredients on the screen right now comprise a cake. Okay, so you have some eggs, you have some vanilla, you have some sugar, you have some flour, you have some butter, some other various things, but all those go into making a cake. So comprise is a verb. The second syllable is accented. It means to be made up of. To be made up of. Synonym is compose, antonym exclude. Deft is next. Deft is an adjective. There's no accent mark. It means skillful or nimble. Okay, so if you are someone who's a fencer or an athlete of any kind, really, you need to be deft. You need to have some skill, be able to be quick on your feet. So you would have be deft in your actions. The synonym there is adroit, antonym clumsy. Destitute is next. It's an adjective. First syllable is accented. It means deprived of the necessities of life or lacking in. So these young boys, young kids here are sticking their hands out to get some food, to get some fresh water. I don't really know what, it's kind of off camera there, but they're in some need. They're in some dire straits, so to speak. So they're asking for food, for money, for something, because they are lacking in those things. The synonym is penniless. Antonym is luxurious. Explicit is next, and I chose the little parental advisory logo from Explicit Lyrics. You see that when you purchase music. And basically, explicit means that it is definite or clearly stated, meaning they're not going to bleep out the curse words or the references to whatever's not for little kids. So they put this sticker on there to let people know that this is the uncensored version. So explicit is clearly stated. It's not covered up by any way. It's an adjective. Second syllable is accented. The synonym is distinct. Antonym is implied. Extirpate is next. Extirpate's a verb. First syllable is accented. It means to tear up by the roots, to totally destroy. So this is a perfect example of that. The tree coming right out of the ground, pulling some of the ground with it, some of the pavement actually coming up as well. That would be extirpating. Anything that is torn up by the roots or just destroyed totally. So if a bomb went off or something, the earth would be extirpated. The synonym is eradicate. Antonym is sow. Inopportune, and I thought this was a funny picture to choose for inopportune. It's an adjective. The last syllable, the fourth syllable, is accented. It is coming at a bad time. Okay, this is the worst timing ever if you are a baseball player with this baseball where it's landed. So it is inopportune. Anything that comes at a bad time. You're trying to study and your friend calls you to go out to the movies or something. That would be inopportune. The synonym, inconvenient. Antonym, timely. Ironic is next, and I chose the cover for the song. Again, you guys know this song, I think, from past experiences, and you know the word from our study of this word in class. But I'll just go over it quickly. It's an adjective. Second syllable is accented. It is suggesting an incongruity between what might be expected and what actually happens. Okay, so you expect one thing, the other happens. Okay, synonym, incongruous. Antonym, straightforward. Musty is next. If you have a basement that's unfinished or an attic like this picture, you probably know what musty means. It's an adjective, first syllable is accented. It is stale, moldy, or out of date. So it's just that stale air that gets up to your attic or to your basement if it's unfinished that has that musty smell. The synonym is antiquated. Antonym is up to date. Officious is next, and I have the picture of the Scooby-Doo gang there for officious, and it's perfect. It's an adjective, second syllable is accented, and the definition is meddling or excessively forward in offering services or assuming authority. My question is, who asks these kids to come solve the mysteries? Do they get paid? Did someone actually call them up and ask them to come? We don't know, but they're being officious. They're being forward, okay? It's that person when you go to a store, clothing store, that as soon as you walk in, they say, "Hi, how can I help you?" And you want to just look around a little bit. They're being officious. Okay, so that's a couple good examples. Synonym is meddlesome, and the antonym is diffident. Next is ominous, and these clouds would definitely be ominous. Ominous is an adjective, first syllable is accented. It is unfavorable, threatening, or of bad omen. So it doesn't look good weather-wise when the clouds are rolling in like this. The synonym is pretentious, antonym promising. Pinnacle is next, and I chose this picture of a mountaintop for pinnacle. It is a noun, first syllable accented, a high peak or point. Okay, so obviously any mountain, you could say I've reached the pinnacle of my educational career. I've reached the top when you graduate from college maybe, or high school, depending on what your plan is. Whatever the top of the top is. The synonym is summit, antonym low point. Premeditated is next, and a lot of times with the word premeditated you'll hear that attached to a crime, such as premeditated murder. Think about the word meditate means to think about something for a long time, like this person's doing. Should I do the right thing or should I do the wrong thing? Premeditated means you thought about it beforehand. Okay, so premeditated is an adjective. The second syllable is accented. It is deliberately planned. Deliberately planned. So it's not like a person breaks into your house and you defend yourself by shooting the person. It is you thought about it, made a plan, and went out and performed all those horrible things. That would be premeditated in terms of murder or injuring someone. Synonym is rehearsed. Antonym is unplanned. Rampant is next. These weeds here growing on the sidewalk are pretty rampant. It's an adjective, first syllable accented, growing without check or running wild. Okay, so nobody's come through and cut this or sprayed some weed killer, nothing. So it's running wild. Synonym is widespread. Antonym is restrained. Our next word is solace. Okay, solace is not pronounced solace. It is a noun and a verb. First syllable is accented. They're both very similar, though, both definitions. Comfort and relief, or to comfort and console. So one is the actual action of comforting, and one is the comfort itself. So that is solace. This person is obviously offering his solace to a girl that's crying. The synonym there is soothe. Antonym is aggravate. Stately is next, and I have no idea who this is in the picture, but they're pretty stately. That's all I know. Adjective, first syllable, accented, means dignified or majestic. Got the hands behind the back, very dignified, got the awesome looking hairdo, the little scarf around his neck, very, very dignified. Synonym is magnificent. Antonym is servile. Supple is next, and think of a gymnast when you think of supple. It's an adjective, first syllable is accented. It is bending easily. Bending easily. Also, readily adaptable. So, it could literally mean bending, like this gymnast is, or it could be like, you're open to different situations. You're able to kind of go with the flow, so to speak. That's what supple means. Synonym is limber. Antonym is rigid. Suppress is next, and you'll see a picture here of some riot police, and they're suppressing protesters. They're doing it nice, nicely, not really violently. But suppress is a verb. The second syllable is accented. It means to stop by force or to put down. Okay, so that could be a police. It could be, you could say, I suppressed my hunger by having a snack. I put it down. I stopped it by actually eating something. Synonym is stifle. Antonym is provoke. And finally, our last word is venal. Venal. Venal has the first syllable accented. It is an adjective open to or marked by bribery or corruption. So this person here, these two people, handshake, but there's a little money changing hands. Looks like euros, actually, not American dollars. But person is taking a bribe, being corrupt, doing things that they really shouldn't be doing. The synonym is dishonest, and the antonym, scrupulous. Okay, that's all. Thanks very much. Get to studying.